This is BS with Joe. News, culture, and crazy. One blunt conversation at a time. You've probably already seen the headlines, maybe even caught a podcast or two that raced to drop the episode this morning. They got the sound bites out fast, but speed isn't the same as clarity.
Here at Against the Will, we don't aim to be first, we aim to be right. We don't just repeat the podium lines, we follow the money, we look at the fine print, and we ask one question. Does it matter? What matters? Does this help for real or real people, or is it just another deal cut over our heads?
So let's slow this down. Pfizer and the White House just announced a deal, complete with a brand new website called Trump RX. On the podium, it sounds historic. Lower drug prices, America finally paying the lowest rates in the world, a promise kept. But scratch at the surface and you find something else, a podium moment that helps Pfizer more than it helps you.
Here's what really happened. Pfizer agreed to cut prices on a handful of drugs. Yeah, those drug names, they're a little difficult to read. With discounts as high as 40 to 85%, Medicare or Medicaid will not get that. They will get most favorable nation now. Prices, meaning it pays no more than the lowest price in other developed countries. And uninsured Americans might see similar deals if they buy through Trump RX.
No.
That is the new government portal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, sounds like a victory until you remember how medical billing works. There isn't one price for a drug in America. There are tiers. At the very top, the uninsured patients pay the most, sometimes 10 times more than the best negotiated insurance rate. Then come commercial insurers with their discounts. Then government programs with the deepest cuts. The exact same pill has 5 different prices depending on who you are and how much bargaining power you have.
This deal doesn't dismantle that ladder. It just gives Medicare a better rung and offers a side door through Trump RX for the uninsured. If you've got private insurance, you're still stuck with deductibles, copays, prior authorizations, the same loopholes as before. The tier system is alive and well.
And don't miss the trade. Pfizer didn't suddenly grow a conscience. They repackaged about $70 billion in research, development, and U.S. manufacturing spending, much of which was already in motion, as if it were a brand new pledge. In return, they get a 3-year grace period from import tariffs and a bundle of political goodwill.
Think about Pfizer rebranding its existing spending as a giant patriotic investment. And now you get back billions in tariff relief, smoother treatment regulators, and a PR halo. It's not a sacrifice. That's a swap. They're not losing 70 billion. They're setting the table to make it back and some.
Which brings us to the bigger question. If most favored nation pricing is fair for Medicaid, why isn't it fair for everyone? Why should patients in France and Canada automatically get the better deal while Americans who pay the premiums, the taxes, and a chunk of the R&D are told to keep waiting?
And that's against the will. Moment right here. Americans want a universal relief, one price ladder, one fair number across the board. Instead, we get podium promises, limited lists, a new portal stamped with a politician's name.
So, here's what we'll be watching. 1, does the list of discounted drugs expand beyond the handful announced? 2, impact. Do real out-of-pocket costs drop for ordinary patients, not just Medicaid? Do other pharma giants follow with real cuts, or does Pfizer stand alone while everyone else waits out the headlines?
Because if all you see is, what's that word?
Carousel?
Oh, because if all you see is a carousel of announcements while lunch prices for new drugs keep rising, that's not reform, that's a podium moment. And in podium moments, Pfizer wins for sure. Politicians win for sure. and the rest of us see if the total at the pharmacy actually changes.
This is against the will. We'll keep the receipts. When Universal MFN shows up on your bill, not just in press release. You'll hear it first.